I woke up on the couch and realized I had 17 minutes to put 2 kids back in bed before their parents got home. My head was pounding. The last thing I remembered was one of the kids I had been babysitting screaming if I wanted to play one more round of hide and seek and the other screaming for pizza. I'd told them both no and shoved them into their rooms. Then I sat down on the couch to wait out the headache and closed my eyes for what was supposed to be a minute. I looked at the clock, 11:43. It had been almost 4 hours. The parents were home from the wedding in 17 minutes. If those kids weren't in their beds when that front door opened, I'd never get hired in this town again. I ran to the kids' room and found the door already open, both beds empty with the sheets thrown back like they'd just gotten up. I ran downstairs and checked the bathroom, the kitchen, the living room, but they were all empty. Their shoes were still lined up by the front door. I tried the handle and it was locked from the inside. I went window to window in the living room and every latch was flipped. They were somewhere in this house, or somebody had come in while I was asleep and taken them. I grabbed my phone off the coffee table. The mom had texted at 9:15. How's bedtime going? I'd never answered, and calling her now meant telling her I'd lost her kids. I put the phone face down. I ran upstairs into the parents' bedroom, the one room the kids weren't allowed in, and yanked open the closet. Just coats. I pushed back the curtains and nothing was behind them. I dropped to the floor and looked under the bed, but they weren't there either. I sat down at the top of the stairs and my hands were shaking. Then a small sound came from down the hall, like a giggle someone had clamped a hand over. I followed it to the laundry room and the hamper was shaking. I lifted the lid. Both kids were sitting inside in their pajamas, the 8-year-old holding her little brother's hand. They stared up at me like they'd been waiting. You slept for 4 hours. I dropped to my knees. What is wrong with you two? Why wouldn't you just stay in bed? We were playing hide and seek. You said no before bed, so we played after. Headlights swept across the front window. I yanked them out of the hamper and shoved them toward their room. Get in bed, now. The 8-year-old stopped halfway and turned around. Pizza, every Friday, or I tell. The front door opened downstairs. We're home. I came down the stairs trying to look normal. How were they? Angels, I said. Now I babysit them every Friday. They get pizza every Friday, and the 8-year-old has never said a word.